live. It says
8:03. Gosh darn.
starting video transmission. Did you know that's what we're doing? Sending video transmissions to the world. Although
Oh, we're live.
I don't know
Let's
if that's a
do it.
good thing. We are live. Welcome in,
Merry
guys.
Christmas. Happy New Year.
Happy holidays. Happy
Happy
Hanukkah.
Hanukkah. Have to say that now. Gotta say, wow, we're starting off strong with this one. Good
Yeah, I
Lord.
know. Oh, what's up, Caleb? Yeah, no, it should be an interesting show today. I actually got a great guest on today to talk about some cool stuff. Yeah, he got to pretend he was important for a little bit. You know, people valued his opinion for some reason, and this is what we get.
Happens.
Good old, good old parking lot. Although I am curious to see how good the condition drifting on this surface is going to be and whatnot, and that's something we'll
Oh, when
get
it comes
into.
to
We'll,
the
we'll
too long to beach, I don't know.
yeah, guess we'll
I do
figure it
not
out when we get
know.
to it. But before we actually get into the topic at hand, busy week for myself. Not doing drifting things. We decided to redo majority of my back deck, and yeah, it's taken a lot longer than it was supposed to. But
Nice.
yeah, no, I'm not made for manual labor, and I'm quite sore from a lot of that.
Happens
Um,
to the best of us,
yeah, well, the problem is the deck was put on probably 10 plus years ago, and so all of the screws wouldn't grab, so I had to cut majority of
Mm.
the screws to get off the old boards, which I only went through about 30 blades and about 20 bits, drill bits. So it was expensive.
That would do
But
it there.
yeah. Oh yeah, and no Herbie, he's got stuff he's got to do tonight over in Cali because he's big time now, right? Like he's kind of
I'll
over.
play after stream. Play after stream. Yeah, big time now. Big time.
um, but no, so it's just us two, and we might have a guest hop in a little bit later today. He told me he was going to, and then some things are coming up as life happens. That's kind of how it goes sometimes. But yeah, how was your week, bud?
Oh, it's been a busy one, dude. Been very busy. Very, very busy. Yeah, it's just been busy. Building stuff, gearing up for the holidays, trying to make it big and, you know, as crazy as we can get it. Going to some events this month. We're doing a charity thing with a veterans foundation, which is cool.
Hell yeah.
Um, and then I'm going to Ferrari of Atlanta, which is cool.
Right.
But yeah, just trying to gear up, trying to get as many eyeballs on us as possible when it comes to the winter. Just so I don't know how the winter is going to go. I know just business wise, summers are always big, and then holidays hypothetically should be big, but sometimes they're not, depending on your offer and that sort of thing. And then winter, it kind of dies. But
Mm-hmm.
some people say, oh, Sims, it doesn't happen because, people are buying Sims when it's cold outside, but are they really, So it just depends on that front. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I'm at with all that good stuff.
Hell yeah. Yeah. No, it's definitely getting towards the end of that season of drifting, though. Obviously, you got one FD round left and a couple or decent sized events, but not too much left on the schedule. At least where I'm at, I think our drifting season definitely ends by Thanksgiving. It gets quite cold here, um,
Yeah.
but
I know here, I think Lanier might be shutting down. So,
are they doing repairs to it or something, or renovating,
nope,
or no, just shutting it down?
shut it down.
Damn. What's up, Malik?
Yep.
How you doing, guys? How are you guys in the chat doing? This is gonna be a little bit more of a chill stream as well, just because it's just the two of us, and well, life's busy right now, so we're gonna do what we can in a certain amount of time, and hopefully it's a good time. But why don't we talk about the biggest news that was dropped this week in terms of Formula Drift, and that is we got a video from FD on the new layout, and as you can see in the background behind you guys, it's it's a very, I would say, European-ish layout. It looks like a European style course. Lots of transitions. Not the biggest course in the world. Um, I mean, the majority of it's actually in the parking lot area, or no, it would be the pit area of the first Long Beach run, if I'm correct, right?
Um, it's actually the street. Yeah, it's the street. I guess. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the street over from the finish line. So the pit area, I guess. Maybe. Yeah, pit area. It's the pit area. Yeah.
But yeah. So I guess for starting off the stream, why don't we check out FD's video, and then I know we got some thoughts on it. So I'm gonna go and switch over to our second screen here and make sure homeboy can see this as well. And yeah, let's check out. Obviously, we don't got any audio from the video, but we can kind of talk about the road that it starts on is basically the ending road. You can actually see marks where the hairpin is. So they actually enter the course a little bit before where the hairpin was at the end of the course
Yeah,
last
the
time.
street over. Then they do half of the other corner,
Mm-hmm.
or the second corner, and they loop around, and then they have this new bit. They do
Right.
this number, boom. You know.
Yeah.
So,
And it looks, I mean, just from the videos that we've seen, here's the course, and we'll just kind of leave it on that for right now. Um, you actually had an opportunity to, have a I don't know, is opinion the right word?
sure.
Or
Yeah.
or like
Opinion.
input, a little bit of help with helping design the track. So I actually kind of want to
Mm-hmm.
know how this all came to be. Um, like from your end, and some of the guys that were involved, and like kind of what was the process to make a track like this? Was FD like, hey, this is our square footage, make something, or did they have some ideas on what they wanted to do? What was kind of the the whole way that it happened?
Yeah. So just to be clear,
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't the one who designed it. I
Correct.
gave some input, and that's about it. I didn't do too much. I won't give myself too much credit.
Right.
The dude who did a lot of the work, or who did all the work, the dude who literally made the track and made it what it is today. His name is Geronimo, and
Okay.
his Instagram is Geronimo Designs. He makes tracks in Assetto.
Okay.
From what he told me, he had a discussion with one of the judges after OSW. Went back and forth for a couple months, and then FD was like, "Okay, make the track in Assetto so we can have a proof of concept." There's some other things in there that are kind of, kind of messy, but that's besides the point. But
Right.
yeah, that was essentially what happened, and then uh, he made the track, took the lidar of it, plopped it in. I know originally the track looked a lot different on like that ugly 3D render that they did. It was a lot more like compressed, and then
Correct.
um, the big things from his point of view were light poles, um, and different tolerances between light poles and walls and that sort of thing, because you can't move certain walls. You can't obviously take out a lamp post, kind of impossible. So you have to be a certain foot away from the light pole and all that good stuff. And you
Okay.
had this parking lot and the road you're going down, and
Yeah.
then the two or one parking lot or whatever it is. It's
Yeah.
essentially one big parking lot and a road.
Correct.
Um, so yeah, my input, I was really I gave input on the drivability of the track. I A big thing that makes European tracks so good is that it's always a constant radius of the corner. So everything's always a circle. Some may argue, it makes it easier, yada yada. Not really. It just makes it good to drive, and you have to be really
Yeah.
precise with it. And that's what this was. So the original track would it had a longer outer zone one. It made it kind of weird to transition into two. Made those small changes. We actually made more changes to it after it was submitted, but they've already laid paint down and already made it official. Like this is the layout they're gonna run. So they did this. Um, but yeah, no, it was a very cool opportunity to get some insight or to give some opinion and some insight on the drivability of a track and to make it, something that can be produced one to one from sim to real life.
Yeah. And if you could
So that was
describe
cool.
this track in terms of the other FT tracks, kind of what would you put it as? Or is it kind of different than
Um,
everything else?
it is it is different. I think, it keeps the essence of a lot of outer zones, which is what FG is kind of moving to. But having this blank slate and being like, let's try this out or whatever, I think it's a lot better flowing and will create better battles. There's not really any place that, naturally the chase can get choked up on. Of course, the chase you could get choked up no matter where you are.
Right.
But this track is everything's very natural floating, very wide, and I think is a great essence of what FD is this year. And it being, bro line, being outside, hanging it wide.
Right.
You could still hang it wide, but you could still have some great speed, like getting into that third outer zone. I'm sure we'll see drivers in real life hit like 55, 60 miles an hour going at a wall, which is
Yeah.
always very cool to think about and to see.
Yeah.
Um,
Caleb says Timu Ferropolis. Would you agree?
I don't necessarily see Timu Ferropolis. No, I do not agree with that at all. No, I don't see that. It's no, I see it being, radius corners, but even
Right.
Ferropolis, the first corner, it's a constant radius to an extent, but the walls are very flat, which is very unique about that track. This is very different where there's not a ton of walls. You get the wall coming out of two and the wall into
Yeah.
three. The
But
only wall you're close to is coming out of two.
yeah, it looks like they're not using the walls or the barriers as like outer zones. They're just doing it for protection
Yeah,
reasons.
for protection. Yep.
Yeah. Is there a reason they
Which I
didn't
think
want to
is
use
cool.
walls or barriers?
Um, Not necessarily. I think it's definitely a big part of it is that radius, having a constant radius. Just having that. Because, like, an example, we look at the last corner of Seattle, especially last year, like, no one likes seeing that, It's like you got to drive straight. Like, I'm glad they chopped it this year where it's like a radius, but um, yeah, that's why the walls weren't really like a necessity
Yeah.
just because you can't it's very difficult to create a curved wall.
Right.
So
Interesting.
is what it is.
Um, when you guys were kind of, or when your buddy was kind of making the layout and stuff like that, did FD already have an idea, or was he kind of like, "Hey, figure
Yeah,
this"? Okay.
the whole pitch of it was that he was going to be a proof of concept in
Okay.
what like he's able to do and to show like, hey, like the is here and like let's use it and not just fucking guess where we should put zones and stuff. Because that's what, like, that original video, not to shit on FD, but let's be honest here, that first video was, we were all like,
Terrible.
what the fuck is going on?
Right?
you know
Yeah. No,
it's
it's
like
just
that
like
was
cars
not
don't do
very
that.
good.
So
Yeah, it's like that can't happen now. And to plug myself on my page, which I think my page is, yeah, my at Brandon Gardner 404. I'll have a how to drift Long Beach 2 video tomorrow. So if you want to check that out on Instagram, I'll probably post it everywhere: Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all that good stuff. showing the track, and throughout the week, probably the day after, I'll post just a normal clip, but tomorrow showcasing how to drift it, and like my way to approach it. um
Yeah.
Cool. It's a cool track,
No.
definitely a
Yeah,
different
and
track.
just for everyone to know, it is available tomorrow. I think it was on SimHQ's website.
Yep,
It was supposed to be.
SimHQ will have it. Yeah, simhq.com will have it there. I don't know
Cool.
what time it's supposed to come out. All I know is it's tomorrow.
Yes.
So,
So
yes.
it'll be interesting to see. I mean, maybe next week we'll try and get a driver on or two that have driven it on Assetto and get their opinions on it as well.
Mhm.
Because I was really hoping it was going to be public by today so we could get some opinions, but unfortunately that didn't quite happen. So we'll have to wait till next week to
Yeah.
do that. Um, but in terms of just from outside looking in, I I am excited for this because I feel like this track is going to um, showcase Formula Drift drivers really well. And the fact that
Mm.
I feel like FD sometimes doesn't get the greatest name with some of their competitions when you drive a track like Utah, where tandems are just that much harder to do on a track like that, as where this is much more of a comparable to Driftmasters style of track. And I'm very curious to see how a lot of these FD drivers are going to handle, like you said, consistent radiuses, but lots of transitions. I mean, this isn't just a two corner track, right? It's four corners.
Yeah, no. One,
So
two, three, four. Yeah, it's good. I think it's a good change up. A little longer of a course, which is always cool. Always good to see.
Caleb, anyone want to
Anyone
lend
want
me?
to lend me 10K so I can get the track early? Yeah, that was an Andy Luck oopsie poopsies, which is like, Andy doesn't mess up much. So
Yeah, that was funny.
it's interesting to see that. Yeah.
Yeah, it may or may not have been live for like a couple little bit of time for what it was
It
actually
definitely
going to cost.
wasn't posted in the Outer Zone Discord, and it wasn't $5. It's actually $7 tomorrow when it comes out,
Oh,
to spoil
really?
it for everyone.
Oh,
Yeah, why
okay.
not? Inflation.
Yeah, it's tough.
Anyway. Yeah.
Interesting. But like I said, at first I was pretty bummed because it is technically a parking lot course, but the layout I really do like, and I think it's a good layout to have for FD.
Yeah.
To
I don't see where the relation of Veropolis is. Like Phil said it too. I don't see that.
well, I mean, Ferropolis is this layout technically, just
Not
not these
really.
size corners.
Oh, Ferropolis is only
Oh,
three
it's only three
corners
corners,
too.
yeah. So this is one
Yeah.
more corner than Ferropolis. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone's
Um,
saying that. You're wrong.
yeah.
Incorrect.
What do you think
Yeah.
entry speeds are going to be?
Uh, Depends how ballsy you want to be. I don't know how far, if the gate is accurate or not. If the gate's accurate, it'll probably be like 70 or 80. You could carry good
Dang.
speed if you have like a good pickup in your car. You could
Yeah.
carry decent speed. But yeah, like a nice flick to handbrake sort of thing would probably work best here.
Do
I
you
don't see
think
many straight line.
the bubble would make any sense for this track?
Nope. Uh,
Okay.
eh, yes, yes and no. I think it would. You're kind of So how the first corner goes is there's five zones. There's like an entry clip, or that entry clip which they introduced, which was a sim thing. Good job, FG.
Yeah, yeah.
But having that, it's out there, and then you get into that zone. If you're not allowing the car to float through that first clip into that first outer zone, you're going to be either really shallow or you're going to be in the tire wall. There's a very fine line between like messing that up or dropping a tire beyond the yellow line, I guess we could say.
Right.
So I don't know. I think a flick is the only way to really do it. You could try to straight line, but it's gonna be kind of difficult, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
That is actually, Caleb brings up an interesting point. No matter what, the first practice session is going to be a shit show. Brand new track on a parking lot covered in with fluids leaked from everyone's shit boxes. And I would also
Yeah.
say that it's not going to be perfectly flat either. I assume there's going to be bumps and stuff
Yeah.
all over the place. That was one of my questions when you guys were doing the track. Was he able to get some of that, or not really? Is it pretty flat in the um, Assetto version, or is he
Say that one
down?
more time. Sorry.
Is he
Sorry.
like how is the um
Oh, if it's bumpy or
is it
not?
bumpy? Yeah, I guess is what I'm
No,
trying to say.
it's very flat.
Very flat. Okay,
There's a little bump, but not many.
gotcha.
So,
Yeah, so I'm
yeah.
curious to see the difference is going to be like once they actually like you said get on the actual surface.
Yeah,
Who will
I
be
agree.
at the wall first? In the wall or at the wall? Because
Uh,
that's a
who
different.
will be at the wall first? I
I mean,
have a name and I'm not going to say it.
well, if
So,
you
I'm going
want
to
to know
keep
who's
that to
tapping the wall
myself.
first, it's going to be James Dean on this first run, and he'll do a 100-point lead on his first run because that's what
Yeah.
James Dean does.
Who's hitting the wall first, slamming into it? I know who exactly is doing it. I'm just not going to say anything. I'm going to let it happen.
Just
Prove
let
my
it
point.
happen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Pause.
and Vaughn's going to be coming back, so that's fun.
Vaughn getting. Vaughn sitting more so, in his car.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Fujinami. If I can, if
Fujinami, you got
I'm
it.
probably spell or saying that wrong. But small cars like Turk's car seem like it would be very fast on this track. Fun
Eh.
fact: Turk's car, wheelbase wise, it really isn't that small.
Yes, it's not. I don't think who won Long Beach this year? Osbo. I think he could win this track. I think because that car is probably the smallest besides the 8.6s.
Yeah,
It would probably be Osbo winning this, I would say. I
yeah,
know we're not this isn't the red show, but
right.
I think Osbo would
I
win
mean,
this.
another guy you're probably looking at doing well is Connor Shanahan here.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, that's theoretically, that's
Connor
your Drift Masters
Shanahan and
champion
FD
right
this
there.
year. Yeah, but that car here sucks. So
Yeah,
respectfully, love you, Connor, but
yeah.
you know, sorry.
Sir Monkey says they'll likely pressure wash it just like IndyCar does before setting up the main track. It's the
Will
same
they?
parking lot section as Long Beach 1 is on. It's just going across where the original track was.
What just happened? It's the same parking lot. Yeah,
It's just
yeah. There's
uses
a
the
little
same part.
more.
Yeah.
It's a little different.
I would say the second half of the course has never been drifted on before.
Yes, after the second half, after that wall on Outer Zone 2,
Yeah.
even the first corner hasn't been drifted on before because
Right.
if you see beyond, like if you look past the first zone, that's the chicane there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the only part that's been drifted on is going the correct track direction is the first half of Outer Zone 2. That's it.
Right.
Nothing else has been drifted on
Yeah.
ish. Kind
Right.
of.
So I mean
Well, maybe a
that means
a,
like
a
all
sliver
weekend.
of one. My bad.
Right. But like
Yeah.
you're saying is basically it's going to be people putting down rubber the entire weekend, which means the track's going to be constantly changing,
Yeah.
which will be interesting. But like we said earlier, there's no necessarily walls. There might be some areas to get close to walls, but there's no like full outer zone of walls. So I don't see it being a very dangerous track compared to Long Beach, which is I would say probably one of the most dangerous tracks on the schedule.
Hmm.
Um, so I honestly don't think there's going to be that much carnage this weekend, or
We'll see on that
in the
front
or yeah
for
during
sure.
Long Beach. But no back. Yeah, we'll have to see if Nick drives this track for next week. See if he wants to come on, see his thoughts, see how a 1,000 horsepower BMW is going to react to something like this. There were some other comments as well. What do you think is the most difficult part of the track, Malik asks?
Probably entry and then getting from the second to last corner to the last corner. There's a few different ways you could take it, and one way is better than the other way, you know? So there's that. But I think the transition zones are probably the hardest bit because there's the track's pretty wide and
Yeah.
there's different ways to take it for you to be smooth and quick.
Yeah.
So
How are the visual
especially
references?
out of one is pretty difficult, but
Yeah.
we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there, decent visual references that you can kind of pick out though?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, there's points of the track that you can reference, so to speak, but I don't know about real life, but the game there's some. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I won't say which ones are which. Be a secret, you know. Keep it for my video tomorrow.
Well, that exactly like that. You're gonna go
There we
in
go.
depth, and people that really want to know, well, they can check it
They'll
out
know.
tomorrow.
They'll figure it out. Yeah. I
Yeah.
should make a long form video too. That put that on the list.
Yeah.
On
Do
the
something with.
list.
Yeah. So I'm gonna actually start a poll real quick, get people's opinions on the new layout itself. Um, I'm just gonna say good layout, and like you can't cop out on this one, so it's either good or bad layout, and you guys have to figure it out. But in terms of Long Beach itself, it's not going to be the craziest event either because the championship's already been decided. You're kind of looking at who's going to get second or third. I don't even know if there's a good race for Rookie of the Year, but in terms of excitement level, does the fact that they're running on a different layout kind of make it that much more exciting?
Say that one more time. Sorry.
God
I
damn.
was reading something. Sorry. That was on me for that.
Is the fact that they're running a new layout, even though maybe the championship's already been decided, is that kind of make it more exciting for the last round?
I think it's just exciting for it to be new and fresh, you know? I don't think it really matters for well, obviously it doesn't matter for the championship at this point. But what does matter is anyone can win it because it's new and fresh. It'll probably be whoever has the most lap time on the sim or Osbo or Dean. But, you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Malik asks, wonder if car setups will be similar to Long Beach. You think wheel speed's going to be similar to Long Beach, or is it going to be totally different?
On the sim, it's lower for me at least. Long Beach one on the sim, which is like probably depends what type of car you drive, but it's like 10 to 20 miles an hour more than in real life. 10 to 25, I'd say,
Yeah.
depending on if your car is turboed or nitrous or whatever. Um, yeah. So here it's probably 10 less than I'd run on Long Beach one.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, you don't need a lot of wheel speed just because, you're shooting out of corners. You don't have a lot of I guess, power alley time. It's
Yeah.
just like go
Is
transition,
it
and
pretty
having that
easy to
less wheel
catch up
speed.
in the chase?
Yeah, you could cut pretty easily since everything's out of zone.
Yeah.
You got decent opportunities.
Gotcha. Yeah. I personally, I'm actually really excited for this round. I can see like theoretically where media boxes are, and I think it's going to be a fun track because it doesn't look like you can film an entire run from one spot. You're going to have to get multiple angles from two different spots at least, probably to get a full run. So that kind of excites me. That's one of the things I like about the original Long Beach is you have to have two guys to cover the whole track, and I'm kind of lucky that I do. But I think it's gonna really be interesting from a visual standpoint as well. You're gonna have a lot of good shots with hopefully packed stands in the background, which is
Yeah.
something we don't get. Not that we don't get packed stands, but like we don't get straight on shots very well. Apart from
Mm-hmm.
the really Long Beach with the stands in the background. So from a video side, I'm excited about that. I'm also excited because this should be super good for like panning because, like you said, the consistent radius corners. If we're in the middle of a pan, like you can drop shutter speed and make these guys look go like they're going super fast. Like, um,
Yeah.
I mean, it should be some really cool stuff, and it's a bummer that we don't run Long Beach at night, like they
Hmm.
do at what's the event after Long Beach they do,
Super Drift.
Super Drift. Like at Super Drift, like I've always wanted to shoot here at night because I feel like you could have a lot of fun with it, especially with the different lights and all that kind of stuff. But no, it should be. It's always a great time coming to Long Beach as well. Long Beach is like I hate going to LA, but like Long Beach is cool, and I really like going to Long Beach. So I wasn't too upset when. Don't get me wrong, I'm gonna miss Irwindale. Irwindale was really cool atmosphere, but the place itself was not amazing. Neither was the area. So like this is a much nicer area and place to hang out and to film
I
drift
can
cars.
agree with that. The
Mm-hmm.
IE isn't a great place,
Yeah.
Definitely the worst part of California. No offense to everyone from the IE. Actually, no,
Yeah.
Bay Area sucks for a lot of reasons, but to each their
um,
own.
Satria ask who will get the last two slots, or they just do it as a 34 only. I think it's 35 drivers, if I'm correct.
Or I thought
No, you're right.
four
Yeah, it
because
is
of
two
on.
drivers more. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, it's just 34 drivers, and that's what we're gonna
yeah.
stick with this year. We don't need to listen to me argue for the wild card stuff again already.
Huh.
Uh,
Yeah.
we'll have a conversation about that later. I'm sure we'll do. Well, I have some fun ideas for some shows revolving around that idea, and I'm gonna keep talking about it until FD does it. So,
It's not
um,
gonna happen.
and they're just gonna get over it, or they're gonna
Sure.
stop letting me come. Either one,
Yeah.
but we'll see which happens
Nate's
first.
banned. Yeah. If that happens, then it's communism. But
Yeah,
teach their own.
right.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of the British LZ World Tour track? Oh, man, I don't think.
Castle Come. I thought it was
Yeah,
pretty cool.
yeah. I was gonna say,
Actually, no,
tell
I
me about
didn't.
it because
I
I didn't
honestly
get a
don't
chance to see
know.
it.
I saw some clips of it and Jimmy Oaks eat a tire barrier, but that's
Yeah,
about it. I
gotcha.
think it was fast. I like the turnaround thing. Reminded me of Plock because Plock used to do that.
Yeah.
Plock Poland, that track.
Mm-hmm.
That was a cool concept. Oh, there's the James Dean clip. Yeah, it was very European, I guess. It was
Yeah.
probably the best British track, I guess, because there's not a lot of them. So
What I appreciate is they really try to push and do new stuff. So the fact that they did one
yeah,
event and one track, and then literally went took a ferry to the next to get to the next track. Like a lot of stuff.
that's crazy.
Like that's
Literally overnights to the next day to the different country, different track. That's
like
pretty
it's
cool.
crazy to kind of try and execute that idea. Um, just with how everything goes. But Dave and all of them usually do crazy things as it is. But yeah, so that was a fun thing to see, and like obviously it sounded like a very carnage weekend for a lot of people. Actually, I know Adam probably blew up a couple engines. It sounded like, and obviously Jimmy crashed a very expensive Supra,
Yeah.
quite hard. So no, it looked like an event that everyone was kind of sending it for the last event of the year for them. Let's see what else we got
Indeed.
here. Conserving tire will be a challenge, I believe. I don't think you're gonna need to conserve tire here. You don't. Tire's not a problem at the original Long Beach track, and I mean, I don't know. What do you think? I don't think tire is gonna be a problem here, though.
I don't think so at all. It may be longer, or there may be more corners, but they're not long, and your wheel speed's so low, it's that it won't really matter, you know.
Yeah.
So
No, and the surface here is really good on tires. It's actually one of the few tracks I feel like in FD that they run that like is good on tires. It's not like in Orlando
hmm.
where it's a literal cheese grater. Like it's
Well, that's
basically
good.
like Orlando is some of the worst track surface I've ever seen in my life. Like I don't even know how you call it a track. Like how bad that surface is. it's almost a gravel road that they're drifting on. It's that bad. But again,
Wow.
like you can't tell from the video, but like when you go and walk, you're like, I could roll my ankle here because that's
Huh.
how bad it is. Like, what is
That's
this
funny.
track? Is wild. But yeah, that's beside the point. That's Orlando, and it's not going anywhere. um. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna go ahead and end off this poll because people seem to like the layout. So 95% say it's a good layout, and actually, I agree. Like it's gonna be well from what we want. So here's kind of my point to this is everyone loves the tandem proximity at Orlando, but everyone hates Orlando because it has green, ugly walls and its two corners. This theoretically will give us the proximity of Orlando, hopefully, but with much better aesthetics, much more intensity because of all the transitions. And also we'll probably highlight some different drivers as well and their skill sets, especially the ones that are good at transitioning as well. And that's the part I'm kind of excited about for this track because we don't really have a good example of this. Technically, St. Louis would be like this, but it's not at all because of how
Yeah.
terrible of a design track that is. Um, but yeah, I in terms of like an actual drift track that's even close to this, I don't even know what would be close to this that they drive currently.
Really nothing.
Yeah,
Think. Yeah. Nothing.
yeah. But no, it should be a really good event, I hope. And the cool thing is if they do come back here multiple years, it'll just get that much better. Um,
Yeah.
you're gonna see some uh you're gonna see some what's the word I'm looking for? Uh caution, I guess, because this is obviously the first time that people are driving this track ever, and it's not like you can practice in real life here. The only time anyone's ever going to drive here is during this FD round, so there's always going to be some caution for that first event. But again, Caleb, obligatory shitting on St. Louis moment. Well, you kind of have
Hey,
to.
rumor is they're not coming back next year,
Yeah, I mean
so I'm happy.
we're kicking them while they're
You
down.
know?
Okay, it's all good.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what they get
Track
for changing
sucks.
tracks on us.
Yeah.
Bring
I
back
get
old
around a
St.
crappy
Louis.
track. There's apparently 2 new tracks next year. Ooh.
Yeah, yeah,
Ooh. See in either PRI or SEMA whenever it comes out. Maybe
exactly.
Long Beach 2 is when it comes out during halftime. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll
I,
see.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Hey, the only thing I'm gonna miss from St. Louis is Hot Pit, and that's about it. Hot Pit was really cool.
yeah, that's about it. Everything there sucks.
Yeah. Tony says
Yeah.
surprised they didn't put seats in Outer Zone 3. I'm kind of surprised too. Well, no, I'm not that
Outer
surprised.
three, there's not really any
There's
place to
no
go
there's
because
no way to get over there, right?
after the finish line, if you see that road that goes down, and in
Yeah.
between those two plants, that's where they go when they're done, and then they go back through that access road. So
Yeah.
unless
So
you want to put it on the literal street and you have to see through fence and trees, I don't think it
yeah,
really
so
makes
they're gonna
much sense.
go back around and up. Yeah, so they're gonna have to wait for the cars to come back, kind of like regular. Or no, they're gonna have to wait for the cars to come back
No,
all the way, or no?
there's a separate one. So if you go back and you go up, that's on the old Long Beach Road,
Oh yeah, yeah, I
that
see, I
access
see.
road. So
So
you
they'll take
just
a
go up
left.
that way.
Gotcha. So they'll take a
Yeah.
left out of
And
here.
then they could either go, there's two ways to do it. They could either go right because there's an access road right after you get out of the start gate,
Yeah,
or you could go all the way down and just loop back around.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's nice.
Yeah. The only thing is from a stands perspective, where would you think? I mean, obviously, I would want to sit on the very end of the last outer zone to see everything. Like that's probably where you'd want to get tickets if they're available still. That's where I
I
would
would
go.
say top right of that first bleacher on
Yeah,
the bottom left of your screen, right there. So you can see one, entry one, two, some of three, and most of four, maybe, or the top left of that first bleacher.
yeah.
I would say top left, actually. You could probably see more there.
Yeah. So
Yep.
should be cool though. Like in terms of you're right on top of the action. It's not like there's gonna be necessarily a bad seat. You're definitely gonna get smoked out in some certain areas though. Which
Yeah, if you're
that's
sitting in the
drifting.
front row, I don't know why you do that, but you know,
Yeah.
is what it is.
So they'll release the 2026 schedule. Eric says they're gonna release the 2026 schedule at Long Beach too. Caleb said that's the
There you
rumor,
go.
but from publicly released info from the track itself, there's no events conflicting when an FD usually comes to town. Oh, sorry, that must have not been for that. Cool. I was trying to see what Caleb was talking about.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
know what that means, but I know they're not going to St. Louis anymore. So,
right.
hallelujah, gotta love it. Gotta
Yes,
love it.
sir. What was the other one that they? I can't even remember now. I know we talked about it.
Utah,
That's right. Yeah, Utah. Probably a no
Utah,
go as well. Which
probably
I'm not gonna miss. I'll be honest. There's things I like, but in terms of the actual show, it was less
pretty
than
poopy.
ideal.
Yeah, I agree.
Cool. All right. I guess the biggest thing, and like I said, this is gonna be a short show today, guys. Just for we both have a ton of things we gotta do today. I got a pretty busy week at the moment, but tomorrow I am dropping a video. I guess it'd be the first episode of DDMRL. Basically, a new series I'm going to start. And I've been filming behind the scenes at the last couple FD rounds. Honestly, filming some pretty hilarious stuff. Kind of some like the stuff that like Herbie and some of the guys go through during the weekend. Because let's be honest, being media at FD is not as glamorous as it sounds. Um, Especially when you get hit in the head with rocks and start bleeding. So that was fun. That was a Utah experience, so that'll be in the Utah video. Um, but yeah, so I've been working on that kind of behind the scenes. It's just been tough with the year on how busy we've been as a team at FD with all the work that we've been doing, and even outside of that, which I'm really thankful for because it's been a really good year, let me tell you, in terms of media for me. But it's kind of limited what I could do on the YouTube channel. So starting this week, I'm starting another series that'll be dropping weekly, called DDMRL with videos like that. The other part of the series is also going to cover my personal like drifting journey this year, at least some of it, and kind of learning how to drift because this was my first full year actually drifting myself. So I've been recording stuff on the side for that, and hopefully that should be something that people enjoy, have some fun with. The video is also going to have some other ideas that I've had coming up for the year, and you guys will see that in the video that's going to be posted tomorrow. So I'm also curious on your guys' thoughts. There's also going to be a request to, if any people are well knowledgeable on specific drift chassis, be sure to put them in the comments of that video or put them in contact with me via message or whatever, because there's another series that I'm going to be starting this winter as well. I'm excited for the winter because, especially after Long Beach, because I'm going to have a lot more time to put towards the channel. And so there's a bunch of video ideas that I think you guys are going to really like, and then we're going to hopefully put on the channel that's going to be helpful for everyone else, whether you're getting into the sport or even if you have something or have already been in the sport, but maybe you can learn something about like the chassis videos we're going to be doing, or the just IRL stuff that we're doing and whatnot. Even on like the media side and learning about what the stuff that we do to kind of not get ourselves killed, basically, or not die out there.
A nice way to
Um,
put it.
yeah, and whatnot, or even just how do you manage covering 15 to 30 drivers at an event, right? Like, how do you organize your time? How do you, like, there's a lot that goes into what we do in an FD weekend, besides the live streaming stuff. And actually, the live streaming stuff is probably the easiest part compared to everything else that we do. And I think so that's kind of what DDMRL is gonna cover and go into. And yeah, that'll be a lot of fun to be making this winter. The other kind of stuff that's going to be coming back, FD Raw was a series I kind of did last winter, which basically was a bunch of footage from last year's. Uh, um, Basically a bunch of footage from last year's driving. I'm gonna have a bunch of full hard drive full of footage from this year. So we'll be posting a bunch of clips from this year of drivers from different tracks, and people seem to really like that last year. So that'll be coming back as long as more bite-sized clips from these live streams as well. We did that last year as well. So told you most of what's in that video tomorrow, but there are some other bits and pieces that I think you guys will enjoy. And like we said earlier, check out Brandon's video tomorrow on the track if you want an actual like driver what to do. And even if you go and buy the track tomorrow on SimHQ, I would still watch Brandon's videos so that you don't look like a total dum-dum out there.
Yeah.
You know,
And I would definitely go and buy it. Support the people who made the track because they do get a little cut of it. Not me, but the Geronimo.
yeah,
He's a cool
yeah,
guy. So go support the people who make this thing possible because no matter what, even people who make cars and Assetto and all that stuff, they'll always never be compensated enough for their time. Like some of these people put hundreds of hours into 3D modeling this stuff. And if you were to like a 3D model, like the most bare, say $15 an hour, if you put 300 hours in, $15 an hour, why am I blanking on what that number is? Times 15, $4,500 for $15 an hour. Most people don't get compensated that. So
yeah,
it does, helps out. Means, they're very talented individuals doing something as a hobby. So
yeah,
definitely try not to do stuff like try to get it. Don't ask for free shit. Like go pay for it and go support people because
yeah.
it's nice to do that.
What
So,
time is your video dropping? Do you know yet?
I don't know. I don't know when the track drops. So I need to
Okay.
edit it tonight and then I'll fucking figure that out whenever it comes out. It'll
Yeah. You gotta check his
come
socials,
out.
okay? You gotta
Yeah,
watch it.
check the socials.
That's right. Peter's spotter, Lucas,
Yes.
he got second in
I'm looking at that.
DMP. That's right. I forgot about that.
Who'd he lose to? David Spasov? Okay. Nice.
That's pretty cool.
That is
That's
really cool.
um,
He is cool. Cool guy. Big sim guy. Big sim guy over here.
yeah. That's
Uh,
cool that he can jump in a car like that and be able to handle it. Because I
yeah.
figured that Super would be super hard to drive, but maybe not.
Yeah, I
Maybe
mean,
he's just
he's the
that good
one
of a
who set
driver.
up the Supra. He's the one who set them
Okay.
up to be good. And if you
Yeah.
ever if you go on his Instagram, he tandems with Peter like on a weekly basis. He'll hop in either his
Yeah.
practice Supra or his old S15 or
Yeah.
his old S14 that's not like a beater car and just rip
Mm-hmm.
with him for like a few hours. And
Wow.
it's like, dude can drive and dude has the seat time. So pretty cool.
Yeah. No, that's actually a pretty cool story. I wonder if Peter was a spotter. Probably was.
He was.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's funny.
Peter was the spawner.
That's cool.
Pretty cool.
It's cool when
Yeah.
guys that may not have the means to go do something like that get opportunities. Um,
Yeah.
uh, Another one. Not that he doesn't have the means, but Hines, getting the opportunity to drive that S15 at
The Lucky Day
Poland.
car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's got to be
And
pretty cool.
hopefully,
You know,
I'm really rooting for him. Hopefully, he gets to drive that thing full time next year.
I mean,
Dude's a ripper. Like, I
yeah.
think he's definitely top 10 in Europe for sure. He could definitely
Really,
get
that's
there.
a statement. Dang.
It's a statement. I'll say it. I mean, he's had an absolute garbanzo of a vehicle the past 5 years, and he got second in the LZ World Tour last year. That thing makes like 550 wheel horsepower, and you put it on a 300 tread wear Accelera or whatever tire they run with everyone else.
Yeah.
He could keep up, except for James Dean because it's James Dean.
Right.
But I think Hines is a ripper. I think him getting that opportunity, and if he does get that opportunity, I think that'd be amazing for him
Yeah.
because he is the type of guy not to take it for granted, and he will run with it. I mean, look at Poland. Like he got to top 8. he took that opportunity, ran with it, and got the results. So
100%. I mean, he's definitely an advocate for the sim driving. I mean, even like you look at a
he's
guy like
genuinely
you
the
look at
best sim drifter on the planet. Like no questions
yeah.
asked.
Well,
He's the
even you look at
best.
a guy like Max Verstappen goes
Yeah.
to uh the the Nürburgring
The
or
Nürburgring, the
and just
Nordschleife for endurance racing, and just slaps everyone. Very funny. And guess who his teammate was? A
sim
sim
racing buddy.
racer.
Yeah.
That no, not e- yeah, literally a dude he met in like COVID and like brought him onto his team and has slowly like worked him up. Span of 4 years into GT3 endurance racing.
Yeah.
Crazy, crazy stuff.
No, it's actually pretty cool to see how much translation there is. And like you said, I'm curious since it's a new track that we see your so who's like so you obviously know a lot of the FD drivers and how much they sim drive. Who do you
Mm-hmm.
expect to excel at this track based on, just the amount they do drive because I'm assuming they're going to be driving this track nonstop once it comes out.
Huh. Nick, if he gets his shit together, maybe Nick. Manoa, obviously. Um, I don't know. I don't know who else, to be
Drives a ton.
honest.
Yeah.
Who drives a ton. That's a whole other. I could talk about that for half an hour. I could talk about that for hours. Just the disconnect that some FD drivers have with the sim, and then they just use their excuse of, oh, it's not like the car, so I'm not going to use it. It's like, come on, dude, come on, like lock in. Let's figure it out so you can get better. I don't know. Yeah, I think Trenton drives a lot. Rome
Yeah.
drives a good bit. Probably Manoa would be up there with things,
100%. Well,
just
and I
off of
think the
sim
hard
stuff.
part for especially older drivers that know, how to drive real life cars when they go and jump in the sim for the first time, they're not as good of drivers and they don't like that.
Yeah. Oh,
You know,
Malik made a good point. Connor's a ripper on the sim.
is he? Okay.
Oh yeah, he's good. He's proper good. He's good.
Connor
I think
O'Sully or Connor Shanahan?
both actually, both O'Sully
Okay.
and Shanahan, both. Ryan Literal also a ripper. I don't know if his sim's up right now. I haven't talked to him in a while, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Interesting.
Hey, I don't like that. I don't like how some drivers like, oh, it's not good. I know of one driver. I used to drive for him. All right. I'll say it right now. He doesn't like the sim too much, but it's like, dude, it's just another tool that you have to learn. Like, I don't know if it's say I could say it's an ego thing. Sure. It's like your ego's overtaking you to like learn something new. It's just put in some hours and figure it out. It's a little different. And, no matter what, you'll get better. No matter how you thinking it's unrealistic is stupid. Oh yeah, Phil makes a great point. Jeff Jones Sims, the Sorensen Sim, everyone does except for like a handful. It's mainly the older people, but
Yeah.
you know,
And that's what I'm curious to see if it's because you don't get a ton of time to learn a track in FD
yeah, no, you
at
don't.
all. So that's what I'm curious to see. And even I wonder if you could go to those drivers during the event and just ask and see if they did, because I feel like it's such a competitive disadvantage to not do it on a new track,
Oh,
especially
100%.
where like you only have 2 sessions to figure out the line, your wheel speed. Let's say you get the wheel speed wrong, well then you've missed like 15-20 minutes of practice swapping gears, kind of guessing what gearing you need, and then you still have to figure out your reference points and where you're looking and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. I
Yeah,
mean, obviously they're good drivers; they can figure this stuff out pretty quick. But
yeah.
I feel like
I I
everyone
think wheel
else.
speed here will be lower than Long Beach one.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like I'd say like 5-10 mile an hour less.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, like you can do so much setup wise, like get to 90% setup in the sim and then go to real life, probably just change some like definitely alignment and then gearing, but you get a decent idea. Utah this year, my God, dude, that track that Valters made was so good. Like I literally took the same gearing I did in the sim and went to the real cars, and it was the same. I'm like, this never happened before. It's pretty cool. You know?
That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was cool.
interesting. Yeah, it. And you talk about Assetto, like it's such a cool game in and of itself, and the fact that something like that exists. Um, because I mean, even well, you were always limited beforehand, before modding, to whatever the tracks were made that came with the game. So the fact that you can
Yeah.
now literally make a theoretical track that's going to be coming out in, what, this, when was the track technically finished? Like, what, 2 months ago, 3 months ago,
Month ago.
month ago?
Month ago.
Yeah,
Yeah, 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago. Yeah.
yeah. And so the fact that you can literally make this track before it's
Yeah.
even a real track in real life is actually pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Yeah. Bill
Um,
said James doesn't really sim either. He does, but he gets bored of it very quickly. This is so that's James's thing. But it's obviously not doing him any harm not simming, you know?
yeah, there's certain people that I would give a pass to, and he's probably at
Hmm.
the top of that list.
Yes. He's honestly the only person I'd give a pass to.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know any other person at the top of his like at his caliber that doesn't sim. So
yeah,
or that's close to James Dean, you
yeah,
know? So
yeah. So we'll just hit quickly on the other big event that happened this weekend. I had a guy coming on, then life looks like happened, which is all good. But I was gonna be curious to ask about drifting Laguna at Gridlife,
mhm.
because to me, and I was kind of debating on whether I wanted to title this as like, did we just watch like the probably the coolest track to drift, maybe in the world, and now we're gonna go drift
Yeah.
a parking lot for for professional
I
driving,
think this
But I
parking lot is going to be a pretty sick parking lot.
well, yeah, no, I
Yeah.
it was more of a provocative thing, but yes,
Yeah.
no, I like I said, I do like this track. I got a lot more excited after seeing the layout and kind of, okay, now I see what they're kind of making. I personally would have liked to see the walls as the outer zone. I find that really cool, especially when they do that in Poland and you just watch them just crunch a bumper the entire way around the track. Like, I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. But if there's a track that you'd probably want to drive at least once, it's probably Laguna.
Yeah. And Matt Kaufman has done his yearly Laguna video, and he
Yeah,
nearly,
taking out
took out
Dayoshiara.
Hayoshiara, which is pretty wild. But
No,
talk about commitment there. Matt didn't move an
did you
inch. He
see
knew
Chris
he'd have
Forsberg
room.
absolutely blow up the whole side of his car by blowing up a tire?
I did, and that was Jackson driving too. That
Oh, it
was
was
an
Jackson?
expensive. Yeah, that was
Oh,
an
dang.
expensive
Oopsie.
little guy right there. Little oopsie.
Dang. Yeah, because I could easily see how you're blowing up a tire there with when you just accidentally stay on for one extra lap, and
Yep.
when all your tires last are
Oops.
one lap,
Yeah, Matt Field blew up his bumper too on the C8.
Oh,
A little
yeah.
too many laps and blew up his tire.
Yeah. No.
Also, decently expensive oopsie right there.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, no, it's a cool event. If you guys haven't seen footage from it, I should check out. You should check out pretty much any of the you know, majority of the FD drivers. I feel like were there, and then you got Matt Kaufman doing some cool stuff out there and whatnot. Obviously, Larry's got all the chase car stuff, so go check out Larry's page. Man, just watching a drift car go down the corkscrew it's so cool. It's
Yeah, it
it's
really is.
actually a perfect. Can you imagine if that was a competition like layout? Because
I couldn't.
you could because you could do like a manji, almost manji entry into the bottom section and then hit the big corner.
Yeah. It's just crazy to think like driving that track must feel ridiculous going through the corkscrew.
Yeah.
Especially if you have like a faster car, like like a Porsche or even like a cup car or something,
Yeah.
and then you hop into like then you drift it in a car going like pretty similar speeds. It's
Yeah.
like that's bonkers to think about.
Yeah. No,
Bonkers.
yeah, it'd be cool to see. I don't think it would ever happen. But I'm just
Yeah,
saying
no.
like that would be.
Hopefully they go back to Sonoma though. That'd be
Yeah.
cool. Side note.
That is, there are some rumors. So we'll see.
I didn't say anything.
We need some elevation in FD. We need we need something,
Yeah.
that's not going down a bank at Orlando.
What about Atlanta has some elevation,
Oh,
you
that's right.
know?
Atlanta does,
There you go.
but it's not like Atlanta's elevation is not where they drift, if that makes sense. Like they're
To an
drifting up,
extent, they go
right,
up
but
the
they're
hill.
drifting up and down. So what I'm saying is there's no elevation, so there's no flat to an elevation
I get what
change
you're
to
saying.
flat.
Yeah. It's
Like it's
always like
all it's
elevation.
all elevation one way or another, so there's no
You-
like elevation change per
I
se.
was gonna say the keyhole, but the keyhole is weird because of how off camber it is. It's just like a little flat and then it's just down and then it
Yeah.
just feels weird.
No.
So
I want like a jump. I want something. Something fun.
I think hopefully Sonoma brings us some cool stuff. I hope so.
I hope so
Hopefully
too.
they don't run the 2008 section because that section's kind of buns, but we'll see what happens.
Oh
Winter
man.
jam layout would be sick, you know,
Yeah.
all the speed.
Um I'm just kind of looking at the chat here. Do you see anything else that we probably should hit before we end it off here? We have hit well over what we kind of were thinking the show would go. So, um, let's see. FI Drifting Comp does have some stacked drivers competing. Is that a series that's coming up soon?
They do that once a year thing with the FIA Motorsports games
Yeah,
or
is that
thing,
supposed to be like
drifting
the
thing.
international where they put up a bunch of countries against each other kind of thing?
Yeah, it's when is it? Oh, it's this weekend. It's this weekend in Riga. Oops.
Oh,
But yeah, it is this weekend in Riga. Who's driving? Let's see.
yeah.
Some big guys.
I forget like that they did that because they took down my stream when I covered the event last
And
year.
there's no US people, which is always stupid, you know? No
Right,
one
I
in the
know. It's like
US?
it's not a
What's
real World
going
Cup if the
on?
U.S. isn't there. Come on now.
Yeah, patriotism type shit. All right, let's see here. We got Knick-Knack. We got Bag. Did I
Send
see
me the link and
Bagsy?
I'll put it up and we can quick check
All right,
the
I'll send you
list.
the Instagram post. Where is it? Oh, I forgot. We're in Streamlabs because we're stupid. Where can I send this? I'm sending it to you on Discord.
No, send it on Instagram and I'll.
On Instagram? Oh my god. I'm on Instagram looking at it though.
Right, so just share it. Just copy the link
Yeah,
and
yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm on my computer. It's
you're supposed to
Windows,
be smart.
whatever.
You're
Let's
supposed to be
see.
the smart
Oliver
one.
Randaloo. We got
Randall.
Randaloo.
He's the guy
Who
that I feel
else?
like should have been higher this year in the standings.
Yeah. I have my opinions.
He's.
Y-
I think he has like one of the fastest cars there.
Not a lot of angle. Anyway,
Correct.
Yuha Yula. I think that's his name. Pavel Korpilinski. He's a guy.
He is a guy.
Jacob Prskonsky. Benedictus Churba. Nasser Al Harbi. Ite Sade. Clint Van Oort. Who else we got?
Yeah,
Got some
Zhao.
Swedish
Little
guys.
Zhao.
Zhao Baryon.
He's out there.
Interesting.
I
Let's
do
see
not know a lot
here.
of these people.
Matsuyama. Matsuyama's doing this. Is
Which
that the
one though?
Matsuyama I'm thinking
Is it
of? Yeah,
Hero?
it's
It's Hero. Well, that'd be fun.
yes.
Well, Japan's winning.
Is it
Oh,
Hiro or Hokuto? The
I
dude
don't
in
know.
the
I can't
Toyo
tell.
guy.
Who's 774?
I don't know. Oh,
It's
it
prob.
is Hokuto Matsuyama. He won FD Japan in 2022.
Okay.
He drives the McDonald's safety car Supra in FD Japan. That's so cool. Just a bright yellow Supra sponsored by McDonald's. Hell yeah.
That's pretty baller.
Yeah, it's
Okay, so I take
pretty
back that
sick.
statement then. Who's there for
That is
Ireland? Is there? I'm trying to think
uh
what the Irish flag is.
that dude's not it. Is that India? It might be India.
Yeah.
Uh,
Is there no Irish drifters? How can you not have an Irish drifter in this?
Hold on, hold on.
I don't see one.
I might be stupid, but I don't think we got two Brazilians, but no Irish drifters.
Come on, guys.
What are we doing here? Or Americans, guys? What's going on? What is happening?
Clint Van Ort.
Clint Van Oort. Yeah.
Yeah, Malik said there's none. I was like, I feel like I'm going insane, but I thought I knew what the Irish flag was, and I do not see it. I was like,
Yeah. We got two Brazilians, but zero Irish or American.
Okay, chat. Can you guys tell me what flag Z Sitar is? I don't think I've seen that.
I
I
can,
don't know if I know
I
that
can tell
flag.
you. What number is he?
786.
Good lord.
I don't know what that flag is. I
Red,
feel bad.
yellow, black, and green.
Yeah, that's a wild flag.
Black, green, flag. Oh, what in the God's name am I looking at? What? Hold on.
Z Sitar.
Mozambique.
Oh, okay.
There we
Mozambique.
go. Mozambique. Look at that.
So, okay, okay.
Yep.
No Irish drifters, but we got a Mozambique guy in here.
Yep. We got some from Mozambique, but there's no Americans or Irish drifters. It's okay.
There's a British driver,
I don't even know
Lee
who that is.
L. Edwards. I don't know who that is. Interesting. Oh, this is just
Swiss guy,
It is.
other people.
I do find it fascinating though how many people don't go to this, and I've always wondered why. Is it just because there's not, just not worth it for people, or
Probably. It's
people
not
don't
that big
like
of
the
an event,
FIA,
to be honest. Yeah,
or
that could be it too.
and yeah.
Not a huge event, so I don't know.
Yeah, there's no one from North America. No Canadians, no Mexicans.
We got two Brazilians
Yeah,
though,
that's South America, bud. South
and
America. No.
Uzbekistan.
Uzbekistan.
Uzbekistan?
Okay.
Are we serious?
Well, at least Uzbekistan's
Uzbekistan.
up there, at
We
least.
got fucking Uzbekistan. Lovely.
Where are they driving?
No
Oh, you said
offense.
Riga. Okay.
Yeah, they're Riga. I don't know what section, if they're doing the normal DMEX section or the FIA. Oh, they have it. Hold on. There's an Assetto clip of what it's gonna be. I'll
I'm
send it
trying to
to you on
remember.
Instagram.
I know Olsen got second last year driving this, but I don't remember who
The
actually won.
long wall? What the fuck is the long wall? Why is this video? Let's see.
No, I just find it very
Same
interesting
layout we
because
drove in
it was a
2021.
conversation we had a couple episodes ago about doing a World Cup of drifting and how the last round of Drift Masters was kind of like the closest thing we've gotten to it, because this is
Yeah,
nowhere near what a World Cup of drifting would be, in my opinion.
it's literally the war. Oh, it is this section. It for all my sim drift. Oh no, never mind. It's the big section. Okay. So instead of doing that round wall, they have a little manji afterwards, and then a longer wall after that.
Okay.
Very long.
Ask Research Chelsea their thoughts on the FI drifting, on FIA on drifting. Oh, I'll have to do that.
No, we'll ask
We'll
them.
have to have them on and ask, because that actually be a good question. I'm sure they're
They
not big
probably make
fans.
it terrible because of. Never mind. Anyway, uh, yeah, no, someone should ask that for sure. We should figure that out.
It is interesting because there's
Yeah.
not like what your sponsorships are a bunch of Latvian companies, Latvia Autumn something some federation, Latvia Travel, and Mission Latvia. So I don't know if they're just
Big
not.
Latvia guys.
I just don't know if they're not. Maybe it's not FI's thing to have a lot of sponsors or be on the main poster or whatever. But I'm just kind of surprised that they wouldn't have that.
Hmm.
But maybe it's an FIA thing that they don't know. But thank you, chat, for bringing this up. I kind of tuned out FIA after they took my stream down, so um, I was like, okay, well, I don't need to cover this, but is what it is.
That's the spirit.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna probably end off the stream here, guys. Like I said, go. We both have videos coming out tomorrow, so check those
Yeah.
out. Especially Brandon.
Mine's gonna be a short, so be good for
Mm-hmm.
your short ass attention spans, you doom scrolling fucks. Just kidding. I'm one of those people.
Yeah,
So
I'm trying to get
it's all
better. Like
right.
I went through a bad couple weeks where I was like, I needed not do this because this is such a
Pretty
waste of
bad.
time.
Pretty
But
bad.
yeah,
Yeah. If you like Sims though, you should go check out my website, boundlessracing.com, and go get your sim
you
equipment.
made some
Or
changes to it, didn't you?
I did. Look, it's all pretty now. I have like a section for all my turnkeys and stuff too. Look at this. I have a photo or video shoot on Saturday with some things I'm doing. Doing flight sims now. Big flight guy. It's not really. It's a
Oh.
hybrid with flight and racing stuff. So
We'll have to have a question session on flight sims because I know
oh,
absolutely
jeez. I
zero.
know nothing either. I'm figuring out as I go. I know how to put it together and I know the ergonomics of it, but I
Right.
don't. It's pretty. This flight stuff is simple. It's just rudders, throttle, and
Mm.
uh, like a flight stick. I
And
don't
then
have like
all of the like actual adjusting like in the game is usually pretty spot on or okay.
pretty. Oh yeah, it's more. It's not a realistic sort of thing. It's really just for like dog fighting. That's the whole point of it. It's
Mm,
more of like an
okay.
arcade thing rather than realism. I've
Gotcha.
tried a realistic flight sim. I didn't know what the. It was a 1-to-1 of a Cirrus something like a C-42 or something.
Okay.
No clue what I was doing. That thing, I was just there. I'm like, there's a lot of buttons and a lot of words, and I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, it's always,
So,
uh yeah, I'll tell a story maybe later about flying a plane and how I did not enjoy it one bit. Um
okay.
but that is for a later time. We are going to end this episode off just a little early this week. We're going to have a really long stream I assume next week with it being the week before Long Beach and we'll have some people on talking about the actual layout after driving it and of course the bracket. So with that being said, guys, if you guys did like the stream, please give it a like and subscribe. And until next time,